Maybe you clicked on this video because you're in a dark place right now and it's confusing for you. You don't know your next move in life. But let me talk you through the process of alchemy and how it can transform your life like it did to mine. My name is Tulin Vural, and my mission is to help inspire and influence those with a drive, vision and hunger to think and live an extraordinary life on their own terms. So what is alchemy, and why do we need it? Because it's not talked about so often. And alchemy is basically an inner transformation, if we let it. A kind of philosophy in which a kind of thinking leads to a new way of understanding. And we all have the potential to transform our lives by aligning our thoughts, feelings and actions with our highest and most authentic self. It's transforming and freeing parts of oneself, like your fears, your personal beliefs, to reconstruct your personality in order to live freely and unobstructed. Now that might not make sense right now, but it will. And Carl Jung had a huge interest in alchemy and spoke about getting out of our own way, stop being our own enemies, and allow our fullest potential to unfold. It's basically a sudden core realization of a root cause of a belief or trauma within us. And a belief is a certainty that we have about something. So for me, I had a belief that what I said wasn't worthy, or it wasn't important enough. So I didn't express myself. And once I realized the root cause of it, which was childhood experiences, school, or my own self-doubt that I had created over time, that I'd been building and building, then I could be free. It takes time, but it's a sudden realizing that this explains why the way that I am, but I can change that. I don't have to believe that story anymore, and I can create a new one. But why do we need it? Why is it important? We need transformation, inner liberation and change, because if we don't have those things, then we're still and we're stagnant, and those things don't make us feel happy, because progression leads to happiness. So we need the process of breaking down these elements so we can put them back together in a new and higher form. So it's kind of like a breakdown when everything falls apart and nothing makes sense, but then it comes back together, and it does, and it's better, and it's so much better than it was before. So let me give you an example from my own experience. I remember when I didn't know what I wanted to do in life after graduation. I wasn't getting accepted to any internships. I didn't have money. I felt like everything was working against me. You know the drill. And after a while, I stopped trying to make it happen. I stopped controlling and wanting it to go my own way for this idea of perfection, of how I thought I wanted my life to be like. So having that mental and physical, having that break in my mental and physical space made me realize that there was something better out there for me. But I had to let go of these negative and obstructive thoughts that were holding me back, and the victimhood that I was playing. So what happened was that I stopped, and I finally explored myself. I started breaking down parts of myself that were getting in the way of my own happiness, like focusing on my identity, my mindset, my health, taking time to myself to truly ask myself what I wanted out of life and who I got to be while doing it. You see, I thought I wanted to go to London, get that internship, fulfill that career prophecy, but that wasn't divine's plan. I thought I wanted to fulfill that idea of perfectionism, but what was happening was I was neglecting and forgetting that part where I had to work on myself first. I had to stop trying to be who I thought I had to be, and realize there was something better out there for me than what I had planned for myself. But let me tell you, losing your identity is, it's scary. To break down my old self and build a new one. This is where you're in that limbo stage of you're not your past self, but you're not your new future self yet. But breaking down the old self and building a new one into a new and higher form with qualities was what I had to do, and that made me become more empowered, stronger, and more beautiful. So that is transformation. It's the rebirth of yourself if you're willing to surface those old thoughts and emotions that we've been conditioned to think and feel. So they're all laid out on the table, and we can observe and separate them with a conscious awareness, and then create new thoughts and feelings that call to our higher self. And that is basically what I did. And Tony Robbins talks about the quality of your thoughts equals the quality of your life. So what we think, we create, and that we're not the result of bad luck. It's not that you just got the bad bunch of eggs. We are the creators of our own life. And in the past, there's some things that you might not be able to control, but now we have to take that responsibility. So what you think and feel is going to be reflected into your outer world, and all things are created twice, one inside and another outside. So becoming free from our mind is the ultimate achievement. It's not something we put on our to-do list, our goals, but I guess that's kind of the beauty of it. It's something that happens because it needs to. It's kind of in the divine plan that we don't necessarily want to, because breaking down our identity is painful, but it serves us. So if you do this, you will start to see yourself and the world in a new light. And I did this best by journaling and solitude and just meditating. So you just have to do what you feel is best for you. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed talking about this with you. Please give this a like if it has resonated with you, and I will see you in my next one. Inwards and outwards.